Welcome to the show.
Right in the
Coffee
morning,
with Nikkie.
right
In this morning show, we are here to inspire you about building your own business and helping you stay on track of your goals. It's a daily cup of motivation. A supportive group of women who wants to see you succeed in your business, and we'll support you every step of the way.
right in the morning.
Just put your mind to it. Coffee with Nikkie. Coffee with
Wake
Nikkie.
up everybody in the morning, wake up everybody. It's coffee with Nikkie, and we have to get our drink on. So educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Hey, we riding and we riding, yo. Wake up in the morning, 5 a.m. in the morning, I'm yawning, brainstorming when my mind is forming. Time to tune to this morning show early in the morning. Listen to Coffee with Nikkie, oh yes, she's busy. If you need help, tune on the channel right with me. Strong, independent women, make it sound easy. Make it sound easy. Wake up everybody in the morning, wake up everybody. It's coffee with Nikkie, and we have to get our drink on. So educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Hey, we riding and we riding, yo.
Live and welcome to Coffee with Nikkie, your daily cup of information and inspiration. You already know what to do. Soon as you walk in, hit the thumbs up button and don't forget to click subscribe. Now grab your pen, your pad, and your coffee because it's time to get it. Let's get it. Let's go. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. How are you guys doing this amazing cloudy day? How are you guys doing this morning? I am back in the content room. My son is off to college, so I get the room back. So we are back. I was messing around with the lighting because I haven't had the lighting and everything up here, and I had to move my stuff back in place. So I was moving things around. But we are back in the content room, and what's so great about being back in the content room is I don't have to move anything. I don't have to move any of the equipment. I don't have to move the lighting. I don't have to move anything. Everything is just where it's supposed to be. I don't have to do anything but show up in the room. So I'm glad to be back. So how's everybody doing this amazing morning? Again, we have this super cloudy day. Like, we're supposed to have rain. Hopefully we have it. So it'll be, good for the garden, hopefully, So let's check and see who we have in the building this morning. I see we have Miss Lois in the building. She says she is blessed this morning. Good morning, Cheryl. Cheryl says, I am blessed. She said, good morning, all. Good morning, Yolanda. Yolanda said, good morning, BBU Tribe. Happy Friday. Good morning, Crystal. Crystal says, good morning, everyone. I am blessed. Yes, yes, and yes. Okay, good morning, Big Meech. Big Meech is in the building. Good morning, Big Meech and Jordan. Good morning, good morning, good morning. She said, happy Friday. Good morning, Miss Linda. Miss Linda said, good morning, everyone. I am blessed, thankful, grateful, and ready for my miracles today. Come on, miracles today. Yes, yes, and yes. Good morning, Naomi. Y'all already know. Naomi says she is awake, alive, and blessed. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, Michelle. I had to do a wellness check on Michelle. I was like, where you at, girl? But good morning, Michelle. Michelle is in the building, everybody. Good morning, Laura. Laura's in the building. She said, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Jasmine. Jasmine says she's hopping in to say good morning. Hope everyone has a blessed Friday and weekend. Yes, thank you so much, Jasmine. You have an amazing day. Hope everything goes smoothly at work for you. And also, don't forget to take your seeds out so you can start planting those things and see what we get. Good morning, Cali Meets NYC. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, everybody. So, how many of you guys jumped on live with me last night? I got on my way to the post office. I had to drop off some packages, but how many of you guys jumped on the live with me? Something just said in my spirit said, you know what? Just go live. This week we're talking about resetting, but just go live because just talk about why we're talking about resetting all week. Talk about why we're going into things. Talk about why it feels like things are shifting. Talk about the energy. Talk about the spirituality of everything. Talk about alignment. Talk about why does things feel like they're shifting and shaking, and sometimes you, like, in some of those moments you feel like you're not going to recover. Why does it feel like that? And it's collectively feeling like that for quite a few people. It is not just happening with just you. And I said, since it's not just us, it's happening to a lot of people, we need to address it. And so last night we went on and excuse me, Let's see. Okay, got it. Last night we went on and we were talking about it, and so I know Jasmine says good morning, Jordan. Jasmine said, I mean not Jasmine, sorry. Yaz said, okay, so we're living in the end of times, right? Or the end of days, right? And so that struck me. So while I was in the bathroom getting myself together, I was like, you know what? And I was saying this yesterday, like I really, it could be the end of times anytime, right? And so I'd rather not live like that, because are we going to be living like that and then we are hopeless? Are we going to be living like that and then our children are not going to grow up? Are we going to live with that mindset? And you know what I'm saying? Like, how long are we going to live with that mindset, and how is that going to affect our lives, living with that mindset, right? And so I was like, you know what, I really should talk about that today, because it stuck with me, right? Because today is going to be the end of times for somebody. It's going to be the beginning of times for somebody, and it's going to be the end of time for somebody. Somebody is saying hello to the world, and somebody is saying goodbye. That's going to happen every single day, right? No matter what we do, none of us is getting out of this thing alive. Everybody's leaving the same way. And I don't mean like, like how, but everybody is going to be leaving the same way. Nobody's getting out of here alive, right? I'd rather live my life knowing that there's hope, there's possibility, there's love, there's wonder, there's amazement, there's magic, there's a bunch of other things than me thinking of doom and gloom for the rest of my life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if we don't have anything, we should definitely always have hope. We should always have hope, right? And so I just wanted to touch on that, because it kind of like sat with me last night, and it sat with me this morning, and I'm like, the power of life and death is in what? Right? And so do I want to live my life thinking that every day is just doom and gloom, or do I want to live my life like I'm going to live my life to the fullest every single day? I'm going to make sure that I'm a good person, I'm a good mother, I'm a good provider, I'm a good friend, I'm a good sister, I'm going to be good to everybody who I know and everybody who is good to me. I'm not going to be sitting here like, oh, well, you see the disaster that happened here and the disaster that happened here. You don't want to be living like that. I mean, yes, there's a lot of things that are going on, and we've lived through a lot of things, but during history, there's been quite a few disasters. We've been through quite a few pandemics, we've been through quite a few things, right? And so one thing that's for sure is that people are resilient. That's one thing that is for sure, right? And if you feel that this is the time for you to get closer to God, you don't have to think about, oh, this is the end of times for me to get closer to God. Just get closer to God. And life is going to be what life is going to be, right? Life is going to happen the way it's going to happen. And just think, if you feel the need, and not because it's the end of times, like if you thought that it wasn't the end of times, were you going to get close to God? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just live your life the way you feel that you should be living your life. And if you feel that now is a strong call for you to be spiritual, now is a strong call for you to have a better relationship with God, then act on it, right? Just act on it. You don't have to say, well, I know this is the end of days and that. No, 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 no. I need to have a stronger relationship with God, because I need to have a stronger relationship with God. I need to feel more connected because I need to feel more connected. And let that be the reason, right? Instead of having that dark cloud looming over your head. And I'm not saying, oh, live in fantasy land and la la land and all that other stuff, and that reality is not, for real. But sometimes we don't have to take things that literal, because it does something to our psyche, right? And so I just wanted to touch on that really, really fast this morning. But okay, so we're talking about resetting, and we're talking about can everybody hear and see me okay? Just let me know, put ones in the chat. We're talking about resetting. I don't know if we're going to talk about resetting for the whole entire month, but every day I have some new rewords, right? Yesterday our words was reframe, reprioritize, and reinvent. Today my words are recharge, replenish, and restructure. And so every day we're going to have new words with the re in front of it. Why? Because it is time for us to reset. It is time for us to start all over. And if we have to look at the structure and see what it is that we need to do in order to fix what we have going on, then let's fix it. Yes, 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 and yes. Let me know if y'all with me. Let me know if y'all with me so far. My chair up here is squeaky. Let me know if you're with me so far. So today we're going to be talking about recharging, replenishing, and restructuring. Right? Because if you feel the need to reset, if you feel the need to check and see what's going on, check the temperature in your business, see if there's some things that need to be adjusted because times are changing and you may need to pivot, you may need to offer different things, you may need to show up differently. If that is the case, then you are going to need to just look at what's going on. You need to look at the way you are automating. Are you automating? You need to make sure that you are acquiring customers. Are you acquiring customers? Do you have some kind of system that is capturing emails? Are you offering something that is going to entice people to sign up for your newsletter, to want to know what's going on with your company, to feel, to talk about your stuff, to share your stuff? Like, do you have anything like that going on, right? We can't say that we've exhausted the possibilities or entrepreneurship. Oh gosh. Listen, y'all, we gotta take a small commercial break. We'll be right back. Right back.
Welcome to the show.
Right in the
Coffee
morning,
with Nikkie.
right
In this morning show, we are here to inspire you about building your own business and helping you stay on track of your goals. It's a daily cup of motivation. A supportive group of women who wants to see you succeed in your business, and we'll support you every step of the way.
right in the morning.
Just put your mind to it. Coffee with Nikkie.
Wake up everybody in the morning, wake up everybody. It's coffee with Nikkie, and we have to get our drink on. So educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Hey, we riding, yo. Wake up in the morning, 5 a.m. in the morning, I'm yawning, brainstorming when my mind is forming. Time to tune to this morning show early in the morning. Listen to Coffee with Nikkie, oh yes, she's busy. If you need help, tune on the channel right with me. Strong, independent women, make it sound easy. Take it Wake up everybody in the morning, wake up everybody. It's coffee with Nikkie, and we have to get our drink on. So educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Hey, we riding, yo.
We are live and welcome to Coffee with Nikkie, your daily cup of information and inspiration. You already know what to do. Soon as you walk in, hit the thumbs up button and don't forget to click subscribe. Now grab your pen, your pad, and your coffee because it's time to get it. Let's get it. Let's go. All right, y'all. So we are back. Maybe I should have a real commercial, right? But but my battery passed away. My battery died, and I had to put the new battery in. So we are back. So we are talking about recharging. It's a funny situation that it's time for me to recharge the battery, right? So we are talking about recharging. We know as entrepreneurs that we work until the point of exhaustion. We work until we have no more gas in the tank. We're working on fumes. Like sometimes we just don't, we're stuck in the business. All we do, everything that we do is consumed by the business. We have no way to recharge our batteries. We are not doing anything to take care of ourselves. We're not doing anything to, pour back into ourselves. And it's important that we take these moments to do that. How many of you guys feel me when I say that? Do you recharge your batteries, right? Or does it take for God or exhaustion to take over and sit your butt down in order for you to say, you know what, I need to take a break. You know what, I'm gonna take a break and go to the movies, or I'm gonna take a break and do something with the kids. I'm gonna take a break and have date night. Like, do you wait until you have to do it, or do you just automatically do it? How do you recharge your batteries? How do you recharge your batteries? I know for me, since I'm always consumed with business because I'm consumed with business on, for a couple of different businesses, I know that it's usually difficult for me to take a break, right? And even when I am taking a break, I'm still kind of working, right? I'm still working on in where I can, like maybe social media or something like that. But usually when it's time for me to recharge my batteries, it is because Sean is saying, okay, we're going here, we're doing this, we're going to see Janet Jackson, or we're going to, we're going to a concert, we're going to see the movies. It takes that for me to recharge myself, or I may get to the point where I'm so mentally exhausted that I end up just sitting down and then like vegging out because I am just so mentally exhausted. And so, as entrepreneurs, that is something that we all go through. And it is important for us to recharge our batteries. If we are not, good morning, Angie. If we are not going to get burnt out, right? If we're not going to get burnt out, that means that we're going to have to do things that are not going to that has nothing to do with the business. That means take up hobbies that have nothing to do with the business. Maybe you want to do painting, maybe you want to go skating, maybe you want to go travel, but all of the things that you want to do that has nothing to do with business, do not feel guilty about doing those things. Why? Because you need the balance. As entrepreneurs, we don't see that we need balance, and we need balance like no other, right? Because we have our stress levels is on high, our exhaustion is on high, all of that, our frustrations is on high. All of those things together is a formula that is for destruction, right? Because what's gonna happen? You're irritable, you're short with people, you're angry, things are not, you know what I'm saying, like you're not speaking to people with love, you're speaking to people out of frustration, people are not understanding you, and since your fuse is so short, you're going to snap on them. Why? Because you just don't have the patience in that particular moment to deal with them. And so as entrepreneurs, we have to take time for ourselves where we must recharge. If that looks like a day, if that looks like an hour a day, if that looks like once a week, if that looks like I'm a work 2 weeks, take a week off, whatever that looks like for you, that needs to happen. Because we have to do something that is going to recharge us. We are not going to be able to continue to work at the same magnitude and be exhausted. We're not going to be able to do that. We're not going to be able to fully serve our customers. We're not going to be able to fully create what we need to create. Our mind, our creativity, our imagination, all of that is going to be depleted because you are so frustrated and you don't have time to even think about how to create. You don't even give yourself enough space to be in creation mode, right? And so it is important, it is mandatory for all entrepreneurs to take a break and recharge. Whatever that recharge looks like, whatever that break looks like for you, you need to recharge. Michi says both. Sometimes I wait until I really need it. Sometimes I do not wait. Sometimes I do not wait until it gets bad. Yes. We just need to say, this is the time that we're going to do it. This is the time that I'm going to allow myself to take a break. Put it on your schedule. Put it on your schedule. It's important for us in this reset time to schedule out activities. It's important for us to be organized in this reset period. It is also important for us to put recharging on that schedule. It is very important for us to put recharging on that schedule. Now I want to ask you guys something. What does recharging look like for you? Right? What does that look like for you? Where do you go? What do you do? I know my mom used to say she couldn't wait till there was nobody in the house. And I'm like, well, aren't you going to miss us? And da 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 da. And my mother's like, nope. I'm not going to miss y'all. The house is quiet. Ain't nobody in here. I don't have to worry about anybody. It is quiet. That's her time to be at peace. That's her time to be zen. You know what I'm saying? And if she want to blast music and she want to do whatever she want, it is carefree time for her to do exactly whatever that is. If that is a nap, if that is just sitting around doing nothing, whatever that is, that's what she loved, right? She loved having those moments of quiet because she had 4 kids. She has 4 kids running around doing a bunch of different things. Everybody's yelling, everybody's loud. We're laughing and playing and joking and jumping. There's a lot going on in there, right? And so she needed to recharge, right? She's working, she's coming home, she's taking care of the household, she's doing a lot of things, and she needs to recharge too. We need to recharge as well. We need to recharge as well. We're wearing a lot of hats, we're doing a lot of things, we're serving a lot of people, we're nurturing a lot of lives, right? And so we have to figure out what we're going to do to refill our cup. What are we going to do to recharge our batteries? What are we going to do in order for us to be okay and say, I'm reset and I can go on ahead and do what I need to do for the rest of my day? Yes, yes, and yes. Let me know if y'all with me, and also let me know what you do to reset. What do you do to reset? I'm trying to keep my computer out the way, but it keeps on whenever I pick it up so I can see what y'all saying. I can't. So let me know in the chat. You guys, I don't know what's going on, but I need y'all to hit that thumbs up, y'all. I need y'all to hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it. We got more people than we have likes. So I'm going to need y'all to hit it. Angie said I had to physically remove myself from my house. Yes. I'm currently on vacation. Come on vacation. If I'm in the house, I see a million things I want to do. Last night is the first time in a year I went to sleep at 11. Usually it's 3 or later. I get it. I get it. Cheryl says, I know when I have to recharge when my creative juices are not flowing naturally. Come on, I know that too. I know that too. When that happens, I usually step back and do something else. Absolutely, absolutely. Laura said yes, yes, and yes. Miss Lloyd said yes. What do you guys do to recharge your batteries? What do you guys do? And again, make sure that if you don't do anything else, that you make sure that you put it on your calendar so that you can recharge your batteries. Why is necessary? It is so necessary for you guys to recharge your batteries. So make sure that you put that on your schedule. If it is a Sunday after you do a pop-up or an event or something like that, then let that be the time. If it is date night for you, then let that be date night. Put that on your calendar. It's non-negotiable. It's non-negotiable. You have to take care of you. You have to take care of your body. You have to take care of your mind and your soul. You have to take care of all of it. All of it has to happen. So it's non-negotiable. Make sure that you guys schedule out your time when you're recharging. We are going shopping right after this. Okay, come on, shopping. Shopping is always good therapy. Retail therapy, yes. Yes, yes, and yes. So, anybody else? What do you do to recharge? And again, make sure that you put that on your schedule. Make sure you put it on your schedule. I wrote some things down to help to recharge your batteries. I said schedule your downtime, which I just told you. This battery is dying. Like, I didn't charge any of my batteries. Oh my gosh. Somebody is busy. Somebody is busy. And that's why I led with my message, because I knew this was going to, well, I didn't know this was going to happen, but I just knew that the message was meant for somebody. Let me see something. Main camera. Where is my camera? Where's Jasmine when I need her? All right, let's see. This is the camera switcher window. Where is all sources? Here's my FaceTime camera. Okay. All right, y'all. Can y'all see me? Can you see and hear me? I do not like my FaceTime camera. That is one camera that does not look good at all. Let me see. Can you see me and hear me? What? I don't see me anymore. Not anymore. Okay. All right. Can y'all see me? I don't know what I did, but let me know if you can see me. I'm good now. Let me see. Okay. Okay. Whew. This is something. Yes. So the webcam, I don't even have anything right here so I could clean the camera. So I'm sorry, but we are going to still finish this up. We are not going to let this stop us. We are still going to finish up strong, right? So the things that I wrote down for you to recharge your batteries are schedule your downtime, right? Put it on the calendar. It is non-negotiable. You need to rest and you need to recharge and you need to reset. Period. Unplug. Get off of social media scrolling. Get off of there. Turn off technology and just focus on whatever the activity is. Focus on your children. Focus on yourself. Focus on whatever. Do not pick up your phone. Do not pick up your phone. Number 3 is find some hobbies. What other hobbies do you like to do? What are some things you used to do when you was younger that used to make you happy? Find those things again, right? What if you like to skate? What if you like to go out dancing? What if you like to go do crafting? What if you like to go antiquing? What if you like all those things that you used to do? Bring them things back. Bring them things back. Just because you're an entrepreneur doesn't mean that your life have to end. Doesn't mean that you can no longer do things that you used to do. Go ahead and bring those things back. Bring that old thing back, right? Some hobbies that are outside of work, as long as it's not work related, go on ahead and do it, right? Go on ahead and do it. Mindfulness, right? What does that look like? Mindfulness will look like meditation, doing yoga, maybe even Pilates, maybe something where you're grounding yourself. Let me tell y'all something about grounding. I tried to ground myself the other day. I went outside and I said, you know what? I am going, thank you so much, Angie. I'm going outside and I'm going to ground myself. Why? Because they say the electricity of the earth and it feels good and it's good for your body and your soul and your energy and all of that, right? So I went outside and I said, okay, it's time for me to ground myself. I took my shoes off, put my feet in the grass. And I just couldn't, because I know what's in the ground. Like I know what, and you could feel things under there. And I'm like, I just can't do it. And so I was like, you know what? Let me just close my eyes. Let me try to meditate. Let me just get my mind off of this. And let me just try to ground myself. I closed my eyes and it felt like everything was heightened. Like I felt every little thing. And it may not have even been a bug. It may have just been like a blade of grass. Like it could have been anything, but no matter, when I closed my eyes, I felt every single sensation. I was like, I can't do this. I can't do this. So, I mean, if you are great with nature and you can go out there and ground yourself, and I'm going to go out there and I'm going to do it. Why? Because it's good for your body. It's good. It's really good for you to ground yourself. And so I'm going to figure out how I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And I just got to get it out of my head. I just got to get it out of my head, but I'm going to do it. But, whatever those things look like for you to practice mindfulness, then try to do something, incorporate something. How many of you guys meditate? Put ones in the chat. How many of you guys meditate? Put ones in the chat. Let me know. Let me know. I meditate ish, right? I don't sit there and take I won't meditate for like a whole, long time. Sometimes I listen to the guided meditations. I listen to guided meditations because then it kind of keep me on track, like, because my mind is so busy, it goes everywhere. And so, and meditation, the goal is not to turn your mind off, right? It's not to say that no thoughts are going to pop into your head, because they are, right? But I use guided meditation because at least my thoughts and my mind and my imagination is on whatever they are suggesting, in the particular scene or what you're supposed to be doing, that kind of thing. And so I like to do guided meditation because it helps me. But sometimes I'm meditating and it's not the traditional way to meditate. Sometimes I'm just like, All right, I just need 5 minutes, and I'll just close my eyes in total silence. Like that could be, it depends on what meditation looks like for you. So I see that Cali Meets NYC is one. I think you said your name is Melissa, right? Melissa? Grand Rising, Donna. Grand Rising. I meditate every day. I am the same. What's touching me? I'm telling you, I was like, and I'm in the garden. I'm like, why am I so freaked out? And it's because I'm in the garden and I know what's in there. Like I'm walking through the garden and I know that there are tons of ants in the garden. I know that. I see them. And so me closing my eyes, they don't disappear because I put my feet in the ground, and so yeah, that kind of like freaked me out for a second. I can't be still. I know. That stillness is something about it, right? But we have to learn to find what can make us still. What can make us be calm for a second. Maybe it's about focusing on the breathing. Sometimes when my mind is not too busy, I could focus on the breathing. I can just be like, okay, deep breath in, deep breath, deep breath out, hold it. I can talk my way through that, right? But um most times it's a guided meditation. But whatever that looks like for you, if that's just closing your eyes and just saying a prayer, if that, no matter what that is for you, it does not have to look like a traditional meditation, right? Like it doesn't have to look like what everybody says meditation is supposed to be about. It doesn't have to be that. Whatever is going to bring you back and to calm you down and to center you, whatever that looks like for you, whatever works for you, then do that, right? Whatever method works for you, do that. And then when you can add on to that method, then add on to that method. Or when you're ready to try something different, then try something different. But master what you already do, and then you'll feel fine. You know what I'm saying? Like you'll master the fact that, oh, okay, I do feel good. I do feel centered. I do feel relaxed. I do feel clear. You know what I'm saying? So whatever that is for you, do that. Right? You don't want to, one thing you don't want to do is try to do a technique that is not working for you and consistently don't work for you. You want to find a way that works for you and then start changing up things, right? Because if you find something and it doesn't work for you and you keep on trying and you keep on trying, you're going to get discouraged and you're going to just probably not want to do it at all. So find a way that works for you and work that thing. Hey, Naysay. Let's see. Hey guys, I want to add candles as an extra in my business, but I've seen Sheen now sells it too. Well, if you're doing candles, Nay, candles is not something that you add to your business as an extra, right? Because to make candles is a lot of work. You cannot just create, okay, so I got this wax and this wick and this vessel that they suggested, and now I'm gonna make candles. It's not that easy. It takes some time for you to develop a process. It takes some time for you to, and every single process is a level of testing. So candles are not like an extra to add because it takes so much time to develop and master. So you may want to try to add wax melts, because that way you don't have to really, it doesn't require much testing. You don't have to worry about a finicky wick. You don't have to worry about a vessel. You may want to go ahead and focus on some wax melts that until you do master your candle technique, right? Because their candles are not easy, and there's a lot of candle makers in here, and they'll tell you right here, right now, candles are not easy. Mastering there, a lot of people have been testing for quite some time. And it's gonna require a lot of patience. So it's not something that you could just boom, I'm putting candles on my site. It's not. Plus you need insurance, because you're sending candles to somebody's house who's not going to listen to your candle care instructions, who's not going to burn the candle the way that they're supposed to burn the candle. They're not going to trim the wick the way they're supposed to trim the wick. They're not going to extinguish the candle the way it's supposed to be extinguished. They may leave this thing on for 24 hours, and the glass may get too hot, or the vessel might get too hot and burst. Like, there's so many different things that come with candles. Candles is not something where you say, okay, I'm just gonna add that. You know what I mean? And not to discourage you, But if you have not been testing candles, if you have not been experimenting with candles, that is something that's not going to happen immediately, because it does require lots of testing. It's not easy and it's not cheap at all. At all. Because you are testing consistently every single new fragrance oil, every type of fragrance oil. You may be trying quite a few wicks because you're playing with them. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot. Candles are a lot. And again, it's not to discourage you, because if you are passionate about it, then you are going to find a way to get it done. But it's going to require some time. It is going to require time. Yes. Yes, yes, and yes. Let me know how you feeling about that, Nay. I don't want to discourage you, but I just want to let you know that it is going to take some work in order for you to produce a candle. And Shein can't do what you do anyway. Shein is not a competitor, because Shein selling something cheap. Shein selling something that is not custom made. Shein is selling something. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is not your competitor. It's not your competitor. That means that you have to market your product differently, right? Because Shein is not customizing anything for anybody, right? They got cheap labor. They got probably cheap, not probably, they do. They have cheap materials. They got things that are going to be cost effective so that they can keep the cost low. And they're not going to have high quality ingredients, high quality products, and high quality things that you're going to have. So it's not your competition. Shein is not your competition. Let me see. I had to use my years of teaching science. I'm telling you, Miss Lois, that's right. Because it's all about the chemistry. It's all about the science. And everything has to work together. It has to work together. One component in the wrong place could be disastrous. And it'll be, that thing will be the reason why your candle will fail, or you know what I'm saying, like it'll be that one thing, and all you need is one person to say that your candle does whatever, and then nobody wants to buy from you, and then your candle business is over before you even started, right? Shein is quantity, not quality. That's right, Michelle. That's right. Callie meets New York. Melissa says yes, time and patience. That is definitely, if you don't have the time and the patience, and it's something you want to add to your product lineup immediately, this ain't it. That ain't the thing. There's a whole bunch of other things that you can do. Candles is not it. A lot of people look at candles and think it's a quick, oh, I'm gonna do this. Everybody loves candles. Everybody's selling candles, but it is not. It is not that easy to do. Not that easy to do. All right, so the next thing we're going to talk about is replenishing. You guys, make sure y'all hit them thumbs up, y'all. Run them up, run them up. Replenish. It's important. We were just talking about that. Recharging and replenishing, right? It's important for you to pour back into yourself. It is important that you do that. And it's important that you replenish in knowledge, right? You want to make sure that you're reading. You want to make sure that you're taking classes. You want to make sure that you're being updated on new regulations and things like that, guidelines. You want to make sure that you're on the up and up with that. Networking, all things that are going to help you in your business, right? You're only going to get to a certain level on your own, and then you're going to need some help. And that assistance can come in the form of a book. That assistance can come in the form of a mentor. You know what I'm saying? But you got to be able to say, okay, I done got to where I can get on my own. Now I need to see how I can get further. And okay, so I need to get my knowledge together. So I need to pick up this book. I know that probably, financing, not probably, because it is. Finances is something that I really need to be paying attention to. So I'm going to make sure that I am going to read up on it, know what I need to do, and then if necessary, I'm going to hire somebody to do my books. I'm going to hire somebody to make sure that I am doing what I need to do, and staying on top of what's coming in and going out, right? And so we're going to have to replenish that. You never stop learning ever. And this is what we were talking about with the candles, right? You never stop learning. You're always going to be learning something. Every single day you're going to find out something different. You're going to find another way to make something work. You're going to find out maybe it's an upgrade in something, and so now you're going to change some elements of your particular project, right? Every day we're learning how to do something different. I'm looking at the camera and I always do that. Now I gotta look here. Every day is going to be something different. You're going to learn something new every single day. So you got to make sure that you are educating yourself, right? Educating yourself. Angie said, whew, candles at work, child. I'm telling you. I'm telling you they work. And I am not lying. I'm not saying it because I don't want you to make candles. Believe me, they are a piece of this. Again, it takes a whole different portion. It takes a whole different pocket of your patience. A whole different pocket of your patience, right? Because it's just when you think you got everything, that's when, okay, now I don't have a hot throw. Now this wick is not working. Now my candle is tunneling. Now this is happening. Now that is happening. You do dessert candles, I done piled up my frosting too high. Now it's extinguishing my wick. And now, we got to get it together. We got to get it together. It's a hot mess sometimes, but it's if you get it and you master it, it's well worth it. Right? So continuous learning is going to be important. Why? Because this is also going to help you to adapt, right? You want to know what's going on with the trends, what's trending, what's coming up, what's popular, what are people talking about? Why? Because this is going to get you involved in those conversations, right? Yes, you don't need to be trendy all the time, but being ahead of the trend is going to help you and is also going to set you apart from your competitors. And that is another thing that you want to do. You want to be set apart from your competitors. If you don't know what's going on, then you're going to be left behind. You're going to be left behind. Come on, Miss Lois. Miss Lois says candle is combustible. Okay? So you guys need to make sure if candles is the thing that you say that you want to do, that you take all of the necessary things into consideration and before you start. And also make sure you read up on everything. Make sure you're up on all of the regulations, all of that, because this education is going to be very important to you. And so that is why it is important for us to replenish our knowledge. Yes. So I wrote things that you can do to replenish. You can invest in your learning. You could attend workshops, seminars, online courses, anything related to your industry. You could pick up some books. There's plenty of books. Again, I'm looking at this camera. Plenty of books and things like that you could read, right? This week, well, you guys are supposed to be reading the Four Agreements. I don't know how many of you guys are reading that book. Let me know how many of y'all are reading the Four Agreements. How many of you guys are active in the book club? Because I don't see anybody making comments. I don't see anybody talking to me. I am a lonely island in the book club by myself. Nobody's on this island with me. I need people on the island with me. So we're reading the Four Agreements. So if you want to join, feel free to join the community and join us over there. In the book club, right? So next thing you can do is read widely, consume books, articles, podcasts, and broaden your knowledge. Broaden your knowledge, because knowledge is key. It's not something that people just talk about and it's just, oh, yeah, I got it. No, it is important. It is not, it is something that everybody needs. You need to be up on all information. You need to be up on every single thing. Everything, right? So read. And if you don't read, listen, right? I don't read all of my books, but I do have an Audible account and I listen to most of my books because I'm able to listen to my book and still work at the same time. The only unfortunate thing about me listening to my book is that I am not actively taking notes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not actively taking notes because I am in motion while I'm listening. And so sometimes I gotta like stop and write something on a post-it, stick it somewhere, and that's not the most effective thing. Why? Because I'm putting notes on a whole bunch of little pieces of paper and I never find these little pieces of paper, nor do I ever go searching for them. Right? And I know I'm not the only one. I know y'all do it too. Also networking. So you want to connect with people like in here. You are in a group of like-minded individuals. We are all entrepreneurs in here. Everybody in here wants to succeed. Everybody in here wants to grow and scale their business. Everybody in here wants to meet people that are going to help them to grow and scale their business. And so you need to be in rooms like this and different rooms and just network. Network, see what you could do, see what somebody can do, see what you can barter, what services you could barter, and see how it can help you. Maybe somebody is able to help you with a vendor or information, or maybe some kind of connection that is going to help you get to the next level, that you wouldn't have been able to do on your own. So make sure that you are networking, make sure that you are connecting with your peers, and make sure that you are, you're in a room where you're actively changing ideas, right? So you can always stay up to date and refreshed. And you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to tell anybody your ideas, like, oh, I have this idea and I want to do A, B, and C. You don't necessarily have to tell anybody your ideas. You just want to make sure that you are having a conversation and saying, you know what, I had this unique idea and I was thinking maybe I should do A, B, and C. Again, you don't have to give details and you don't have to be too clear. You can be vague if you'd like, right? But having that conversation, somebody may give you a different insight and a different approach as to how you may look at it, right? So you want to make sure that you are networking and also having conversations with your peers. Having conversations with your peers. Also, you want to make sure that you are developing your skill set, right? Okay, so candle making may be your thing, and I keep coming back to candle making, but candle making may be your thing, right? But now, and you've always done just a regular candle, but now you want to expand your skill set and offer marbled candles, right? So now I need to figure out how I'm going to learn how to marble candles, how I'm going to make dessert candles, how am I going to do, wax melts and things like that. Whatever it is, learn something new in the field that you are in. Always learn. The reason why I say I post up a new class every Friday, or I tell you guys to do something that doesn't have anything to do with with what you do, what you offer in particular, is because you should always be continuously creating something, right? So that when the time comes, if you even need to recall that skill, if you even need to make melt and pour soap one day, or if you need to make some samples or whatever, if you need to do something one day, you have it in the back of your mind. I've done this before. I don't need to sit here and test a million times. I don't need to be fearful about it. I've tried it before. I know it's not that hard, so I can attempt it. Now you're not apprehensive about approaching it. Why? Because you've tried it before. Why? Because you are allowing yourself to be creative at all aspects. You're not just staying stuck in one lane, right? So you want to make sure that you are consistently developing new skills. Yes, that's right, Chris Marie. She said collaboration over competition every single day. Every single day. Miss Lloyd says she listens to books as well. Yes, Naomi said knowledge is power. Yes, yes, and yes. Let me see. You need an LLC and candle business insurance to make and sell candles. Yes, yes, and yes. Okay, so I could have someone else's candles and sell them with my services, instead of me learning. You can do that. You can wholesale somebody else's candles if you like, but you're also going to still have to get insurance, because you are now the person, you are responsible for selling that person that candle. Yes, you got it from a private label, or yes, you got it from another vendor, but you are now responsible for that candle because you sold it to that person. So now you are taking on that responsibility. I'm glad you joined today too, girl. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So you have to take on that responsibility, and so you have to protect yourself, right? It's not about you protecting your customers, yes, but it's mostly about you protecting yourself and your business and your funds and everything else. You have to make sure that you are together and covered and protected. And so protection for a candle maker looks like your business is in order. You definitely need insurance. There is no way around being a candle maker without having insurance. You have to have insurance. That's what it's going to look like. That's what's going to look like. And you can join different groups. There's different groups that you can join, and certifications that you may want to get. But you definitely need insurance. That's the main thing. Main thing. And also, you don't know when you partner with somebody or you private label with somebody, You don't know their practices. You don't know what exactly they're using. You could ask them, but that doesn't mean that they're going to use it every single time. It doesn't mean that the batch that you purchase is going to be that same. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't mean that. So you're now taking on that responsibility, and so you got to make sure that you are protected. Make sure you do your research. Keep in mind, if there is any failure with your candles, you are liable because you sell them. Yes, 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 and yes. And we have a bunch of successful candle makers in here that can help guide you along the way about things that you need to do. But you definitely want to make sure that you get in. If you're going to sell candles, insurance is your number one thing. That's the first thing off your list. So if you plan on selling candles, today is the day I suggest you go and find you some insurance that is going to help and protect you for everything that you need, and be honest with your what do you call the insurance person? Be honest with that person and let them know what you are planning on doing so that you can make sure that you are thoroughly protected. Okay, make sure that you are thoroughly protected. And so the last word that we have for today is restructure. And I see that Nay, you're restructuring because you want to add a service. So when we are restructuring, it is going to require a lot of work, right? It's going to take a lot of organization. It's going to take a lot of strategizing. It's going to take a lot of us paying attention to what we've done and what worked and what didn't work. We need to know what our strengths are. We need to fill out the SWOT analysis, right? We need to know what our strengths are. We need to know what our weaknesses are. We need to know all of these things, and we need to put that on a chart so we can say, okay, this is where I need to go. I mean, this is what I need to work on. This is where I'm good at. So I'm okay right now. I don't need any help with that. This is what, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I got to do all of this. I have to make sure, agent, thank you so much. I have to make sure that I take care of this, right? And this is going to allow you to streamline the process. It is going to allow you to look at things and make it simpler. You can automate, right? Automation is going to be major. Why? Because we need to make sure that the emails are going out on time. We need to make sure that the follow-ups are going out on time. If there's any freebies or lead magnets, we need to make sure those are going out on time. We need to acquire customers. And while we're how are we going to acquire new customers? What is that language looking like? What are we saying? What are we doing? How are we approaching it? What platforms or software are we using? Right? How efficient and effective is that for us? Right? We need to know these things. Why? Because these are the things that are going to help our business run so much more smoothly. Right? It's going to help us, things that we can take off our plate, right? Automation emails, things that is going to take some structure initially, because you got to plan out what you want to say, how you want to say it, da 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 da. That initially is going to take some time, but that in the long run is going to take that off your, take that off your plate. And so you don't necessarily have to worry about automation, right? Customer acquisition. How we are going to acquire our customers? How are we going to make them give us their email? What are we doing? Why are we, how can we get new customers? What do we need to speak to? We need to be speaking to their pain points. We need to be taught, we need to be speaking to what makes them stay up all night. We need to be speaking to that. But how are we going to speak to them? Where are we going to show up at? What platforms are my customers on? Everybody's customer is not on every platform. So if you have customers that are older, they may not be on TikTok, Snapchat, and all those younger platforms, right? They may not be there. Not saying that they can't be there. I'm saying that they may not be there. And so if they may not be there, don't spread yourself thinly to be everywhere. Focus on where you are strongest at and work that thing, and add on another and add on another and add on another. Or if you need to bring somebody in that is going to help you and be a social media manager or whatever, but your customer is not going to be every place. You know what I'm saying? So you want to make sure you find out where they are. This is going to help you for your customer acquisition. You're going to know where they are. You're going to know how to speak to them. You're going to know what bothers them, and you're going to know exactly where they're at. Right? What platforms they are on, right? And then you can take them off of whatever platforms and bring them to wherever you want them to go. If you want them to purchase from your website, if you want them to join your email, if you want them to join the newsletter, if you want them to join your community, if you want them to join a group, you are able to take them from one place and bring them to another place. But it all looks like a restructuring. It all looks like we need a plan. It all looks like everybody is not my customer. It looks like I got to figure out how I'm going to speak to people. I have to figure out what my brand voice is. I need to know how I'm speaking to my customers, and am I resonating with my customers? I may have to restructure the way my tone is coming across. Remember, I was talking about this yesterday. I may have to tone myself down a little bit, because if I'm not coming across in the way that I want to, then it's something that I'm miscommunicating. It's something that maybe I need to observe to see how that I can, serve better or show up better, or, connect, resonate better. Right. And so restructuring is going to take some time. It is going to take you organizing and strategizing, and for you to sit down and say, these are the things that are working, these are the things that are not working, this is what I'm now going to do, and I am going to be consistent about this. I'm going to track it so that we can measure it, so that we can see what's working for us and what's not working for us. How many of you guys understand what I'm saying? How many of you guys are tracking your measurements? Like, how many of you guys are tracking your social media? How many of you guys are checking up on how your emails are hitting? Do you know if your emails are connecting? Do you know if people are even opening up your emails? Do you know if people are purchasing because you sent them an email, or are they purchasing because they were on your social media, or they met you at an event? How are you keeping track of what's going on? These are the things that are going to help you have success in the future, because you'll be able to measure these metrics and see what's working and what you need to do and what changes need to be made. This is going to help you tremendously. If I tell you there's something that I wish I've done in my younger self, that I could tell myself now, I would have said to my younger self to make sure that you measure everything. Measure everything, because if you don't track what's going on, you'll never know what's going to be working for you the next season, the next year, the next 5 years, the next 10 years. Or when did things start falling off? When did things start changing? When did I have to pivot? When did I have to start to change up my methods? When did I have to approach things differently? If you're not recording these things, it's going to be so hard for you to measure that in your business. And I would tell my younger self to make sure that you write down everything, track everything, track all your movement, track all your things that worked and things that didn't work. Track every single thing, because if you do not, you're not going to know how to maintain this business, because you're going to be like, oh, we put out a Facebook ad, but I don't know if we got any response. I don't know if we got any traction. I don't know if we got any sales. And so you don't want to just be throwing money out the window. We are small business owners. We do not have money to just be throwing out the window and say, okay, well, we just lost it, right? Because every single penny is going to matter. And if every single penny is going to matter, we have to measure. We have to measure. Let me see. Yeah, you're very New York. I am. Are you a Cancer? No, I'm not a Cancer. I'm a Scorpio. My best friend is a Cancer though. So you want to make sure that you measure everything. Everybody in here put measure in the chat. Measure, measure, measure. You need to know what's working. If something happened, right? You sent out something and this is where we should have spreadsheets, and I'm going to have another conversation about having spreadsheets so that you can measure what's going on in your business. If you're having influencers talk about your products, what happened? Did they get engagement? How much product did you send them? What product sold? Right? Because you may be sending them a whole box of stuff and everything within that box ain't gonna sell. Maybe they were good at selling one particular thing. Maybe one particular thing was their favorite thing. And so you don't want to send them a whole bunch of everything, because everything is not bringing you back any money, right? So there's no return on investment on that, right? And so you may not want to send them a whole bunch of everything next time. Next time you may want to send them options, or maybe send them, have enough so that they can do it for a lifetime or whatever, right? Or maybe send them something on a subscription kind of basis, right? But you want to make sure that you know these things, because if you don't know these things, then how are you going to know what works? How are you going to know what doesn't work? How are you going to know if it made you money? You're not going to know. And so as business owners, we need to start running our business legit like it is a business and not a hobby, and not like, okay, well, if we make a little bit of here, we're going to be good. No, no, no. We need to measure every single thing that comes in. And so I am taking my time this year, and I am going, I know I said last year I was going to be doing spreadsheets and keeping up with my influencers and things like that. And it's something that I didn't maintain, but it's something that I'm going to maintain now, because usually if I'm sending out an influencer box, and the contents is, probably 100 or more dollars that I'm sending out. What am I getting back? Right? When they do a video, am I getting engagement? Am I getting followers? Am I selling products? Like, what's going on? If there is no change, there's no improvement, then this particular um influencer may not be who I need, right? Maybe they're not doing what I need them to do, right? They're not coming to bring what I need them to bring, right? And so if that's the case, I need to know these things. I need to measure it. You also need to measure if you have different revenue streams. You need to be measuring that as well. This is another thing that I said that I'm going to focus on this year, that I'm going to focus on every single day. This is my commitment to myself, is to measure all of my revenue streams daily and see what's coming in for me daily. Why? Because when the money comes in, I'll know how much came in, right? A lot of the times when we look at our stuff at the end of the year, at our profit and loss, we looking at that and we're saying, oh, we had this much come in. It didn't seem like I had that much. You know why? Because you're spending everywhere. You're not monitoring things. You're not measuring things. And since you're not, you don't know where the money is going. You don't even know how you spent it. Right? You're like, well, I didn't have all those sales. How did I make that much money? And how did I spend this amount of money? You don't know. You don't know. So you got to make sure that you are measuring. Get yourself a spreadsheet and start putting your information on there. I need to find influencers. Yep, do some home influencers, Miss Loyce. Do some people, even maybe some realtors, and some people, not just regular beauty people. You want to find people that are doing the kind of stuff that you want where your customers would be, right? Where your customers would be. I'm a Cancer, my two besties are Scorpios, okay? And my new potential boo is too. Okay. We get each other. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Let me tell you something. My Cancer sister, um, besties like this. Never, ever, ever, ever had an argument. Ever. Ever. We get along like I'm going to start measuring more. I get wild ideas and just want to start every time. Yep. Yep. Start putting the stuff down on a piece of paper. Start looking at it. Once you start seeing and once you start realizing what things look like for you on a piece of paper, then you're able to say, okay, well, this don't look like it's gonna work, or this looks like it's going to work. I gave myself time, right? So this idea is not just lost in my mind. I'm giving myself some time to get this thing done. I can see all of the things, all of the steps that need to be done in order for me to hit this goal. All right, I know what I got to do now, right? Once you see it on paper, it's a whole lot easier for you to get things accomplished, right? And that's another thing that we need to do as far as, what our goals are concerned, is to start putting these things up. And remember, I'm always saying, write your goals and then write your small steps to get to those goals so you can celebrate those smaller wins. But once you look at something and you look at the grand view of the goal, it looks so overwhelming at times. And you don't want it to look overwhelming. You want it to look like something that, yes, it's a challenge, it's a stretch for me to get there. But I know that if I do A, B, and C, these many steps on along the way, that I'm getting closer to that goal. It doesn't just look like it's out of reach for me, right? It doesn't just look like it's so far, right? If a millionaire is part of your goals and you're looking at it like, okay, well, I need to make this amount for a day. I need to make this amount for a week. I need to make this amount or I need to start hiring people that's going to help me do this, or you see it, and so now it's easier for you to accomplish it because you could see the steps. It doesn't seem like it's so far out of reach anymore. Right now it does seem like something, okay, well, if I only need to do this, then I need to work harder doing that. And if I need to work harder doing this, then maybe I can work twice as hard and I can get there a little bit faster. Right? Or I could hire somebody who is going to go sell at this event or go into this trade show or to do this, and I could do more of that. And then I'll be able to get this money faster. I'll be able to get my name out there faster. I'll be able to, you know what I'm saying? Like, as long as you get to see it, you're able to say, okay, I can actually do those things. Right? It's good to have a separate notebook for anything business related. Definitely. Especially for your ideas, because your ideas, you're not going to remember them. I don't care how great you think your memory is. You're not going to remember a lot of the ideas that you thought that was so amazing. The ideas that, oh my gosh, this idea is so great. You're not going to remember that idea. You're not. So you might as well get you a little notebook and write them things down. Write that thing down. Get you a notebook, write it down. Write these ideas down. I know Les Brown says that. I think Zig Ziglar said that. I think Jim Rohn said that. Get you an idea notebook and take that thing around with you and write these ideas down, because you're going to have ideas randomly throughout the day, throughout things, you're going to have ideas. Have it, and if you don't put it in a notebook, put it in your notes in your phone. Have a little section in your phone where you put your notes for ideas and brainstorms and things like that, and put them there. And because you may need, right now you have all the ideas, right? But there may come a time when you don't have ideas. You could look back on those ideas and pull one out of there and see what could work for you. Right? Yes, yes, and yes. Let me know if y'all with me. Let me know if y'all with me. So that is what we were talking about today. That's it. That's all. Recharging, replenishing, and restructuring. Because it is very important, and most of this is about planning. Most of this is about setting, getting strategy in place. Most of this is about you just really taking time to quiet yourself down, find a way to release, and then restructure and plan out what you want to do for your future goals, for those big things that you say you want to hit, for your exciting Q4. What are those things looking like for you? So I want everybody to have a meeting with yourself, and I want you to figure out your SWOT analysis. Right? I think I have a download. Not I think, I know I do. If you go to the downloads in the community of Bubble Babes University, that's BABEZ. If you go into Bubble Babes University, you'll be able to find the SWOT analysis worksheet. And you could also go onto Canva. Canva got them too. It's SWOT, SWOT analysis. And you're able to put all that. You could print out the template, and then fill it in as necessary. Again, have a meeting with yourself. Yesterday, I said have a meeting with yourself. Today, I'm saying have a meeting with yourself. I don't know how many people you have working for you or your company, but I'm telling you to have a meeting with yourself so that you can get your ideas out of your head and onto some paper. So you could get this strategy out of your head and onto some paper, so that you could think of clear strategies that can work for you. Get it out of your head and put it onto some paper, right? So, yeah, so your meeting should be getting your SWOT analysis. You should also be auditing yourself. You should audit yourself. You need to see what processes are working for you, right? What processes are allowing you to work efficiently and smoothly all the way through, but what processes may be stagnant, what processes may take you longer, which means that, that'll cause a delay for your customer, that they may not get their product in time, they may be discouraged and may not want to purchase from you. Like, where in your processes do you need to fix things? You need to have that meeting with yourself. You need to know what I need to fix, right? Where am I not as efficient, right? Where could I use some help? If you know, if that help looks like prepping, then you need to prep, right? I know Michi, she does tumblers and t-shirts and things like that. Her prep may look like cutting out her vinyls and printing out her designs beforehand and have them already set in little cubicles or a folder or something like that, where all she has to do is pull that thing out, press it, and package it, right? That may be what her prep looks like, right? And that will make her process a whole lot more efficient. She can move through. It's a streamlined process. She doesn't have to worry about, okay, now I gotta design it, now I gotta print it, now I gotta cut it out, now I gotta do this, and now I gotta get the shirt together. You ain't gotta do all of that. Instead of it taking you all day in order for you to do this shirt, you do the prep work the day before, and then you're able to just keep on going. That means you can get more orders out the door. That means that you can spend more time getting more customers. That means that you can do more things more efficiently, as opposed to sitting there wasting away the day. So how can you prep? What can you do that is going to help you get it together? If that means preparing you a shipping station where everything is in its order, so that you don't have to keep running all over the place to get boxes, to get packing peanuts, to get tissue paper, to get thank you cards, everything streamlined in one area, which means you can efficiently work through the process, which means you can efficiently pack the orders, and you can get more orders out in a day, as opposed to running around with a chicken, like a chicken with your head cut off, right? What does that look like for you? How can you make your process smoother? Where do you see that there's areas that need help in your business that can definitely run smoother? Maybe your ETA is long. Maybe it takes a long time for your tumblers to cure, or your candles to cure, or your soap to cure. So if you know that that is the process, then you have to start promoting it a lot sooner, or you know what I'm saying? Like, there's going to have to be some way where you're going to be able, because you can't just wait 4 to 6 weeks for a soap to be done and then say, okay, well, I don't have any more soaps. Now you got to wait 4 to 6 weeks. People ain't gonna wait 4 to 6 weeks for them to get a soap. And so if that's the case, you got to figure out a way to have that process more streamlined, right? You got to figure out a way for that process to go a whole lot smoother than that long, right? So have a meeting with yourself and audit yourself, see what's working, see how you can streamline things, how you can make things move a whole lot smoother. You want to make sure that you do that. You want to get your SWOT analysis. Again, you can download that in the downloads that we have on Bubble Babes in the community, Bubble Babes University in the community, or you can go on over to Canva if you want. Go on over to Canva, type that in, SWOT analysis, and it will definitely show you a bunch of templates. Pick whichever one you want. Put your logo on there if you want. Put whatever information on there if you want. You want to type it in, right? But go ahead on over there and make sure that you get your SWOT analysis and start filling that thing out, right? So you want to make sure that that's what you're doing. You also want to make sure that you are on budget, right? You're not overshooting. Again, I got me a spreadsheet so that I can make sure that I can keep track of what's coming in, all of the different revenue streams, and now also know how much I'm spending on each platform to maintain, right? How much I need to spend in order for shipping and things like that. All of these things are going to help you so that you can know by the end of the year, you know, okay, so this is where money went. I see that because I kept track of it. It's not I gotta wait and I'm trying to go through all of my bank statements, trying to figure out where I pay cash on certain things. I don't gotta do all of that, right? We're going to start doing that now. We're going to get into the habit of doing that now. So we are not stressed out when it's tax time. We are not stressed out when it comes to, okay, so this is how much money we made and we don't see any of it. We don't have anything to show for it, right? So you want to make sure that you start looking at your budget and you start doing your spreadsheets and you start seeing what's coming in and what's going out. And you want to make sure, and we also had a tax class. So Betty Rose definitely showed you guys how to have a profit, and she actually gave us a template for your profit and loss statement, how to input things, how to input your numbers in there, and how to make sure that you're keeping track of it and when you should do it. I think she said once a month, or you probably should do twice a month, and you can reconcile your expenses that way. So that's another thing. And then the last thing I want to tell you is, well, two more things. Delegation, whatever you don't need to do and you can hire somebody else to do, let them do the work. If you know that you're not good at graphic designer and you need a graphic designer to create a logo, to create a label, to create something, if you know that you need somebody to do that, go on ahead and don't stress yourself out and allow somebody who is good at that thing to do that thing. Yes, it's going to be a pretty penny for you, but you're allowing somebody to do the work that they're good at while you are freeing up yourself to do the things that you're great at. Yes? Yes, yes, and yes. The last thing I want to say is technology. You guys got to get up on technology. You guys are not using technology. You are apprehensive about certain things. Now, I am apprehensive about quite a few things. Definitely like smart TVs and Alexas and things like that. I am like, right? But we have so many tools that we could use in technology that is going to help us streamline our business. Not only streamline it, but make it easier. Like Chat GPT is one of those things, and they are not cutting the check, so I need them to cut a check. But they make it easy for you to come up with ideas. They make it easy for you could put into Chat GPT, write me a creative marketing strategy for my new product that is since I just see Miss Linda say yes, yes, and yes, for my new products for natural hair care, for women that have breakage and sometimes their edges fall out. So write me a marketing strategy for that. Also include a product launch and also give me social media ideas on reels or viral content or whatever. You can say viral content. It don't produce viral contents, but I mean you can say it and it still will produce. And give me a social media content calendar for this launch. What times and days should I post? You could put all of that into Chat GPT, Copy.ai. There's a whole bunch of other ones now. Jasper. You could use I even Shopify has a chat a AI tool where you can fix your descriptions and stuff. There's a bunch of different places where you can go and you can enhance that experience. Put that into Chat GPT, see what ideas that it gives you, and then you can say, okay, well, this works, that doesn't work. Oh, that's a great idea for my social media campaign. Maybe I'm going to change some things. Maybe I'm going to do this. Oh, I had an idea. This will make this better. I can do it this way, right? Utilize technology, y'all. Utilize it. Don't I know some people like, I'm not using Chat GPT because Chat GPT is taking jobs away from such and such and such. I am not hiring them people anyway. And so since I'm not hiring them anyway, I'm going to input my information in there and I'm going to get me some assistance, get an outline, get an idea, get a strategy, get a content calendar. I'm going to get all of that. Why? Because it's there for me to utilize it. It can't be utilized unless I put the information in there, right? I use Chat GPT to come up with my outlines for what I'm going to talk about in the morning, and I am the one who says, okay, well, these are the words that I want to use. This is what I want to say. These are the points that I want to make. I want them to have tips. I want them to have actionable steps. I want them to do this. Now, define this, define that. Look for here. Like, you have to put the information in there the way you want it to come back to you, right? You're not going to just take what it says, right? And then you may have to do a little research. That's okay, right? But it eliminates some time and you have some ideas and you are open and you are able to free up that time so that you can do some things and come up with some creative ideas, especially some that you may have not even thought of, right? Especially some you may have not even thought of. Cousins in the building, y'all. She is the best moderator on what, y'all? On what? On what? Cousin is the best moderator on earth, y'all. Make sure y'all run up them thumbs up. Yes. I love Chat GPT. Let me tell y'all something. That Chat GPT is good. And I'm gonna tell you something else. That Copy.ai is even better. Even better. And I heard that the paid version of Chat GPT is even better than that. So I mean, it's totally up to you how you want to work things, but don't be afraid of technology. Start utilizing technology. I'm not saying clone your face. I'm not saying let them um you know uh make you into whatever. I'm not saying all of that. I'm saying as far as your business is concerned, utilize it. Utilize it. You could find your target market using AI, right? This is what I offer. This is what problems my customers may have. This is where my customers may be. Um this is their income level. Find my dream customer. Find my ideal customer. Where would I find my ideal customer? What would my ideal customer's name be? Where would I find her? All of that information, after you input it in there, can help you develop who your person is. And you could take the structure and again, you could tweak it and do whatever you want with it. Yes, yes, and yes, y'all. Yes, yes, and yes. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's live. How long were we on? I know that, oh, 1 hour and 18 minutes. Okay, I know that we had some technical difficulties, but we are still here. We are still here. I thank you guys so very much for spending your time with me this morning. I know that your time is valuable and that you cannot get it back. So I hope that this investment in your time was well worth it. And also, I know that you guys are at work, and I appreciate y'all still listening and still rocking with me. And I hope that something that I said was beneficial and something that you are going to utilize, and make your business grow even stronger, faster, harder, better. I'll have singing a Kanye song in my head, but you want to make sure that everything. What's going on up here is so like when I'm in the content room, I'm like squirrels, birds, sparkle, because I can see right out the window. So yeah. Sorry, y'all. So I hope something that I said today is something that resonates with you. If this is some information that somebody else can use, make sure that you share this video with them. Also tell them to come on and subscribe. I am trying to get to, not I'm trying, I will be at 100K by December 31st. So I'm going to need all the likes, all the subscribes that I can get. Share this video out with everybody. We are here Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for Coffee with Nikki, your daily cup of information and inspiration. We will be back on Monday, and we will be back with some more rewords because I got some more things that I want to discuss. Let me see. It's a computer software. AI doesn't have a brain. That's right. Come on, Miss Lois. I'm in love with AI. Come on. Cousin said, good morning, Lois. Let me see. Michi says yes. Miss Lois said yes, yes, and yes. Cousin said have a great weekend, everyone. You too, cousin. Donna said thanks. Have a fabulous day. Have a fabulous Friday. Thank you. Have a wonderful weekend. If you have an event this weekend, hope you guys sell out. If you are just relaxing, relax and then refocus and come back. Come strong Sunday, Monday. If you are working, hope you have a good and productive day, weekend. And you get a lot of things accomplished. If you are launching something, I hope that you use the chat GPT and put it in there and give you ideas for your product launch. Give you some ideas for your product launch. Give you some ideas for your social media strategy. Give you some ideas on your email sequences. Utilize it. With that being said, you guys, I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I will talk to y'all on Monday. Let me see. Chat GPT is even great in real life. It wrote me a thank you letter to a doctor just yesterday. I'm telling y'all use it. Plug and play. With that being said, y'all, I will talk to y'all on Monday, and I'll definitely be in your stories and your timelines. Bye, y'all.